We are back with the final hour of this week's The Long Voyage, and or perhaps not quite an hour, but the final part at least. And we've just had a very distraught episode with Sindri on the beach getting mercilessly taunted by his own private little voice.
Frothy.
Sorry, Frothy. With his own private little voice in his own private little head.
Yes.
And
make it sound like he has two. Oh wait, he does.
And yes.
Excellent. So with that in, does he just stay there? Does he stay there, or does he? Because he's on his own. I'm not sure.
Does he eventually rejoin the others, or is he going to lay there until the next day when the tide comes in?
I think no for the joining the others, but also no for the waiting. I think eventually, probably later for about an hour, he will eventually decide that, well, this is fucking useless. I guess I have carte blanche to practice my magic, and he'll do so.
Yes.
Because, night, good time to practice your animal senses and whatnot.
Oh yes, definitely. So you are all you're having otherwise having a great night and so on, and despite everything, Ormer has actually told people do not drink to excess because I don't want to have a complete crew of totally hungover people tomorrow when we're setting off again, because I don't want to get to the mouth of the bay and then run aground on a reef because nobody can see.
Yeah, I mean.
Let me guess, no one heeds his call.
No,
well,
people do, but they also goes that boo, boo, Captain is boring, Captain boring, boo. But but people do what he's telling them to.
Oh, okay, that's good.
I mean, it's a bit too late for Verbranda. It already sounds like he's completely.
Well, this is the day after.
Yes,
that's true. Yeah, that's true. Actually, yes. Then fine. We're just.
Yes, it's the day after, but.
Okay, that's good. Then fine.
Yeah.
We shall be temperate in our
in your amount of drinking, indeed. And
yes.
And then the following.
Ilva has a very, 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 very important mission for that day.
Okay, what's that?
She's gonna corner Spana.
Yes.
And she's gonna corner Yangara.
Yeah.
And then she's gonna drag them both to the spa because she only got one of them with her last time.
Oh right, yes. Well, you manage. And you get them both.
Even though Spana probably is really angry because she didn't want to go last time.
No, she comes along this time. She's not making too much of a fuss of it. This time, of course, it's also a matter of her trusting people in this place more.
Or
she's also a little less gloomy than she's been before. It's still not good, but it's certainly better than it's been.
Maybe she should stay here. She won't, of course, but.
Well, the thing is, if she stays here, then she won't get even better from having a longer travel and seeing other wondrous places.
Also, she'll have broken her oath.
That's the point. Yeah, she wouldn't, because there's obviously the oath to consider.
Indeed.
But.
So, you head the next day. So you head down to the ship, get on board, and
just so it's on record, because Gylfi was asked by Sindri to help him find some lady pleasures.
That is not a problem.
You will attempt to. But he will attempt to try not. I would say try to make it without paying for it. Actually, that's the last resort.
Yes.
Because he actually wants to help Sindri.
How considerate.
Oh, he's adhering to the bro code. He's a wingman.
Have you met Sindri?
and to be fair, Gylfi is due for a tour to,
Does that mean that Gylfi is...
Sorry.
Yes,
Does that mean Gylfi is party?
Yes.
Oh my god!
It is official.
Sindri is dead. Oh no.
Mm,
Gilby
references.
is just
it.
popping his head around the town, just visiting all the all the sweethearts and all the friends that he made. On the,
Yes,
around.
all those friends.
Hey, he treats them all as friends.
Yeah, of course. I'm not denying that. I think it's about the fact that he treats them as with a bit more than friends.
He's very friendly with them.
How
Just
many
like Li-Ling and Archane was really good friends.
how many heartbroken young women does he leave in his wake?
A
I don't know
lot.
that depends fully on the powers.
To be honest, I don't think that many of the powers are that interested in Gilfie's sex life. I mean, the Lord of Laughter
by
might
the
probably finds
powers,
it hilarious.
By the powers, I mean the storyteller.
Fair enough. So,
Well,
that good spy, you get laid. Somebody gets laid. Despite the Lord of Laughter's insistence, continues to be, if anything, gets even more dour and miserable with his lot in life. And
Yes.
has Lord of Laughter ever considered a different marketing strategy? Because his current method really isn't working. He just makes people less inclined to laugh, unless he forces them.
And to be fair, probably Gilfie uses this as a excuse. As you know, Sindri. It will be very much easier if we actually get you first to the spa. You know.
Oh right, I see. Yeah, back on that.
Yeah.
I'm sure you do your best to make Sindri look presentable in spite of his potato facedness. But
Potato Face, that's a good nickname.
God damn it, Frothy.
Thordy's not there.
and I honestly thought Gilfie was going to be the most passive aggressive person here today, but no, it's Frothy.
Oh, that
I
was
think-
Rasmus.
I think Frothy has a good reason to be extra sassy and extra fiery after all the shit that's happened to him.
Yes,
And it is Rasmus playing him, so yeah.
I would say Rasmus is always passive aggressive. That is your default state. So
No, I'm
can
not
hear-
passive aggressive. I'm sassy.
So if
So,
Rasmus was actually being the mute one, he would leave passive aggressive post-it notes everywhere, wouldn't he?
does that mean that you're passive aggressive? I think we should move on now.
Yeah, let's move on.
Joan.
Yes. So you are you are on board again for the first time in what feels like a very long time, and slowly but surely you are sailing out of the bay in which Lanwan is located, and for once people are not telling Veybrander to be quiet. Instead, everybody is actually joining in on the songs as a sort of farewell to the place.
I
As,
think
as
even
you-
Thordy will.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and most of the town is actually, they're all down there. They're waving goodbye, and they are sad to see you go. You've become their friends,
Yes.
But you do set off and you sail into the open, or onto the open ocean, and it's what's this? Ormer is taking some headings based on the on the position of the sun, of course, but it's going to be easier to navigate when the stars come up.
Thordy would like to ask the bones
Yes,
for, the weather, the prognosis, whatever. Relevant shit.
yes, definitely. And
You know, doing his duties, basically.
basically, yes, and the bones are a little more ambivalent than they normally are for you. You see both good and bad weather in the immediate future, and you're not quite sure which one to believe in. It also says that you should go east and west. And while you're at it, sail both north and south.
Authority curses the Lord of Laughter under his breath.
So yeah, you're having some communication issues with your bones right now.
Do you, does,
The
does-
second you said that it'll be both good and bad, whether it's like, fucking Lord of Laughter.
Pretty much. I think what Authority relays to his captain is that the bones are inconclusive.
Yes,
Ask again later, says the magic 8-ball.
yes, and that's pretty much what he says as well. You know, try again later, but you know, let's get back out to sea first, and let's get to night time so we can see the stars and take some headings. And you have good weather. You have a nice strong breeze. You know, easily enough to fill your sails. You don't have to spend much time on the oars. So you're making very, very good speed. The repairs that have been done to the ship are first rate. Everything is you know, in order, and you're making really, really excellent speed. And this holds for the next 2 days. And yeah, you know, positions are being taken at night, and courses are being plotted, and corrections to courses are, you know, being made every night. It's just like, oh, we've drifted a little bit off course, and trying again to correct for it. But on the third day, and by now you're obviously you're a good ways out to sea by now. But on the third day, when you wake up, you are shrouded in mist.
Uh-oh.
Oh, not this
This
again.
again.
Really thick
Jinx!
mist. And as you sail through this mist, you can hear you can hear something in the very, very far distance.
Yes.
Let me get some perception hearing rolls.
Ah, of course.
Wow, you're pretty
Woohoo!
good today. Sindri actually doesn't make
Doesn't.
it, which is
For once, I actually don't hear a thing. Thank God. That's
you're in the
he's-
wrong end of the ship.
yeah. That's the excuse.
That's the excuse, but the others all managed theirs, and you are certain you can hear Southlander voices out there. Sure, you can hear, you know, fragments of sentences and clipped words.
Are you hearing this?
Yep.
I'm not feeling particularly safe about this.
Me neither.
I'll go talk to the captain.
Please do.
The Fraudster does.
The fraudster does indeed go and talk to the captain, and the captain is, you know, he says, "Could you throw the bones for this? Let's hope it works this time."
Yes, I'll do what I can. And he'll check with the magic 8 bones.
Yes. All of the bones, all of them, come up with the worst possible position and the worst possible side up, and so I mean this is disastrous.
Immediately, the captain must know this.
Yes.
We are headed towards certain disaster. All, and I mean all, of the bones came up with the worst possible result.
So we have a choice, or I have a choice. He says we can either turn away, or we can. And he doesn't get any further than that. And then there's I mean, obviously, you always have a guy sitting on the on the yard of the sail as a lookout. especially when you're in this thick mist, because if you can get someone up above it, that's a good thing. But at that point, there's the guy sitting up there. Let's see, who is that this time? Who is sitting up there? Let's make that this fellow, Ubain.
Ubain.
He's sitting on the yard right now, and he doesn't shout. He's like, Captain, I can see their mast. And of course, Captain Ormer looks. He's like, yes, okay, you can see their mast. What? And he says, they're Phalans. They're flying the Phalan colors. And that
Great.
you just see the look on Ormer's face just changes immediately. He says, I don't think it's us heading for disaster. I think it's them. Everyone, ready. We are taking that ship.
Thrody is worried, but he does not express his concern.
No prisoners. None. Anybody who surrenders, throw them into the sea. Let them feel what we felt when they burnt down our home.
Well, better ready for battle.
Yep. Everybody puts on their armor, of course. Everybody grabs their weapons. You have only relatively few people who pull on the oars to get you closer, because nobody moves very swiftly in mist anyway, for any number of reasons. But you guys know they are there, and Ubain from up on the yard reports that they don't have a lookout, so they don't know you're there yet.
Captain,
I'm guessing they will know.
I am as eager to take revenge as anyone, but keep in mind, the bones came up danger for us. It could be a trap. Just keep it in mind.
I will, but we cannot let this kind of chance pass us by.
Of course not. Just be wary.
I know. We have to try. And you glide through the water, and as you come up on the ship, there is a good reason why the bones came up. Danger, danger, Will Robinson, danger. As you get close, I mean, you have a pretty good size ship. The Fagerferd is very, very swift. It's fully crewed, which it isn't anymore. You have a decent sized crew. The ship you're coming up on is half a times bigger than yours.
Oof. Guess I'll have to draw on some magic power.
Mm-hmm.
Good luck with that.
Burn them.
The captain says they will have provisions on board that we can use. Oh, and that looks like a very nice ship. I think we should try.
What?
He says, that looks like a very nice ship. I think we should try to keep it.
I would suggest we try to change channel, just to see.
Oh, am I breaking up? All right.
Yeah, half of your sentence disappeared first time around.
All right, let's try and change channels.
That tends to work, so.
Yeah.
Oh, hey!
Can you hear me now?
Yosh.
So far, so good, yes.
Okay. Well, he says, I think we should try to take that ship. It looks nice. It's a big vessel. They will have resources on board that we can use. Food, water, that kind of thing. Yeah, sure, we won't have a full crew on both ships, but we will also have the advantage that if we should hit really bad weather, we can lash the ships together and be more stable.
I'll try not to burn it then.
Thank you. Don't feel obligated in the same way towards the crew. All right, men? Are you ready for this?
Yes.
And he looks at because still they don't seem to have realized that you're there.
Can we actually see people on the ship?
No.
Sindri would like. Sindri's obviously got his bow ready. I'd like to do a perception vision check
Yes.
on the deck.
Yes, certainly. You are down lower in the water than them, so it's difficult. You have a minus. Let's see, get a -3 on your skill.
Okay, -3. So basically, what we'll do is what I roll will
Yeah.
add 3 points to it.
That's still good enough.
Yes.
So yes, you do see that there are in fact people on board, but not many. You would guess there's maybe something like 20 men on board this ship, whereas it's easily large enough to have a crew of 100. Easily.
I see a sparse crew, Captain. Maybe 20 men. If we're quick and lethal, we should take it easily.
Yeah, let's throw those 20 men into the water, shall we? And he just, right at that point, the Fagerferd slides up very, 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 very quietly next to their ship, and he goes, "Right, men, board!"
And we shall do
Alright.
so.
Mm-hmm.
This smells like a trap.
You get up on the ship, and the moment you get up there, you realize that, yeah, there's something desperately wrong here.
Yeah.
There are more than 20 men on board, but most of them are dead already.
Ah. It's a sum ship.
What? It's a what ship?
No, not like that. They are legit dead, lying in the bottom of the ship.
Oh.
And the ones who are still alive?
They don't exactly look like they're in the peak of health.
Uh-oh.
What is this?
What is the captain's orders?
The captain, once he realizes what it has happened, takes one look at the corpses in the ship and goes, "Oh shit. I should have." He looks at Frothy and says, "I should have listened. Everybody back on board the Fagerferd. It's a plague ship."
Oh,
Crap.
Fuck. Yeah, back on the ship.
definitely. And as soon as the last man is back, I will look to Captain and say, "Burn."
Burn.
Kawoosh.
And a well placed fireball and the thing, you can put one in the, if you use two, you can put one in the sail and one in the hull, and it'll burn like tinder.
Yes.
Wait. Does it actually? It does actually flies Phelan colors.
Yes, it does.
And people on the thing had Phelan the GURPS.
Sorry, what? You have
The people on
on the ship?
on the ship had like Phelan cloaks.
Yes, they did.
I'm just wondering if we can get Weasel out of the demon deal and just throw the
No.
tusk there and just light the ship on fire.
No.
Sure.
No, Weasling. We intend to get as many Phelan souls as possible. To
But
that
these
thing.
are already half dead, so there's no fun in that.
Indeed.
Yes. We're not as duplicitous as the late Lord Sung is when it comes to the deals.
Well, the ship begins to burn, and the 20 men on board don't even struggle to put out the fire.
Yeah.
They know they're dead.
Not only that, but they were already so weakened
but
by
this-
sickness. They wouldn't be able to do a damn thing anyway.
We've actually been remarkably lucky that we haven't been hit with some sort of foreign disease yet.
Yeah, but we're just on a ship with it.
Mm-hmm.
There was a reason everything came up disaster.
Yep. And let's face it, even the short period been on there, it's more than likely that
That's a good. Yeah. Throaty Div turns to Gilfy as soon as he's done burning and says, "You need to prepare."
Yeah, Gilfy was way ahead of you. Just
Yeah.
just like Gilfy's actually already in his like the kind of mask that he had back in the when they were wandering through swamps
Yes.
in Tir Glass.
Yes.
He has already that mask on.
Oh, right, yes.
Yeah.
Well,
So,
the thing is, I know it's still a bit early, but I think this is a good place to end for this week, because that means I can prepare a whole load of interesting nastiness for next time.
you say interesting nastiness. What you mean is you're going to prepare 3 hours of of soul-crushing plague symptoms where we all very slowly die debilitating and agonizing deaths. But
Maybe. But
don't worry, Gilfy won't let you die slowly.
oh no, you're going to be the first. You're going to be the first one to die, and quickly, so that then the rest of us have to die slowly.
so anyway, guys, I think, as I said, it's a shorter final part for this week, but it
is a logical place.
It is a logical place to stop it for now, and I think, seeing as you have actually finished the whole Lanwan storyline today, you get the full 5 points. Because you finished up in the Lotus Empire today. So yes, and we will see you guys next week for more The Long Voyage. And to you, our dear esteemed listeners, like, share, subscribe, all that good jazz. Tell friends, tell family, tell your dog, tell your co-workers, tell Santa Claus, tell anyone about this channel so that they come over and subscribe as well. And from us here on CharismaToAC, until we see you next time, bye.
Bye.
Bye.